Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you all are doing well this morning. Hope you all are doing well. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, SMKK and Gurpreet. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good morning, Polly. Good morning, Tommy. Nate. Good morning to you. Andrew the Believer. Good morning. User. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. KK, Sue, good morning. Adam, good morning to you. The Facial Blaster, good morning to you. Adam, good morning. User, good morning. Travis, good morning. There it is. First one, Shelly Galvin. There it is. Yes, the Facial Blaster. Thank you so much. Good morning, JJ Challenger. Adam, good morning to you. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Shelly Facial, Sue, User, and Andrew. I appreciate it. Boom, 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 boom. We know what we gotta do. We know what we gotta do. Good morning, my beautiful traders. Good morning, Josie. Marcus, good morning. JDM, thank you. Bill Boyle, thank you. Marcus, thank you. Grind, don't stop. Good morning to you. Hello, Kevin Curtis. How are you, my friend? SS Fire. Thank you. Anya Spots. Good morning, everybody. We are at 8,000, 200,000. Remember that. And you know what the goal is. You see it. The Star of Nights. How we doing, everybody? So yesterday we're going to start off. I will show you. Let me get rid of this. Yesterday you had to wait it out, my babies. You had to wait out the market yesterday. If you tried to rush, it was not a good trading day for you. Okay? I got this long right here. Waited for this bad boy, A plus setup to the upside. Okay? That was my winner on MU yesterday. It was a beauty. It was a beauty. Were we green yesterday or were we red? Put it in the chat. Mr. Dave with the $1.99 super. Green, green. Red for Joe C. That's all right. Today's a new day. Learn from those mistakes. Hammer, good morning. Green, green. $1. It's better than no dollar, right? Green, green. Red for PJ. Green, Patrick. Very good. Green, SM and KK. Very nice. Proud of you guys. Keep working hard. Remember, folks, the market is not going to be the same every day. Your market cycle will be the same every day, but how the market moves as far as momentum will not be the same. There's some days you got to wait. All right. And patience and discipline is the ultimate decider of your success. Thank you, Mr. Dave. Yes, it is. Thank you, Mr. Dave. Let's get going. Good morning. My name is Voss. Hope you all are doing well. Been a trader for 21 years. It'll be 22 years coming up here in April. All we ask that you do is tap the, whoa, can't say that. All you do is TAP the screen and SHARE and donate if and when you can. You know where the goals are, everybody. You'll see them posted. Right now, we are in a neutral state here on the SPY. We are in the whip zone. So when we open up Miss Market, because she runs the show, and we immediately see right here, we are in a neutral bearish state, and we are in the whip zone. We know we're going to get some chop right out of the open. We know that already. In the first 5 to 10 minutes, it's going to be choppy. So this immediately will tell you, you got to be and wait it out. You got to be patient, okay? We're going to put in our major support and resistance now, but these support and resistance zones are based off of being in the correct state, folks, all right? We got a double bottom down here at 653 on Miss Market, so you automatically write that one down, okay? 653. Miss Market above 663, you have room up to 664.50 and 666. Now you have a better channel here above 666 with a retest up to 669 on Miss Market. We know back under 658 to the downside, we have room down to 653 once we're narrow on Miss Market. Candy! Adrian Rodriguez. Thank you. What else are we looking at? Any symbols you want to see, it doesn't matter what it is, put it in the chat, and we will go through it. Keep that chat going with your symbols. Talk to each other. Love each other. Thank you, Candy. Thank you, Dr. Suds. Yes, it is. Let's go. The cues. Yesterday's levels, guys. Right here. Boom. Rejection. Rejection. Right here. Consolidate. Rejection. Right here. Back up. Right here. See what we're doing here, folks? See those levels? Mark them down. Let's go. Neutral state in the whip zone on the cues, just like Miss Market, of course. We will be chappy for the first 15 minutes of the day on these cues. It is Friday. Always remember that. Fridays are always choppy. Okay? So make sure you know this stuff, my beautiful traders. Above 603.52, we have room up to 606.63 and 608.50 on the cues. Back under 596.71, we have room down to 590 on the cues. GLD. GLD. Remember yesterday I told you? Got to get that pullback first, right? Right back to the 25% retracement level. Do you see it? Right there. Boom. And then you go. That's what you have to wait for on gold. Watch your 50 and 25% retracement levels. Watch your rejections off of whole numbers here on gold. Let me get these. It's all we have right now. All right, pull this back on GLD. Right now, we're in the whip zone on GLD. Watch your whole numbers going up, 397, 398, 399, okay? We have room back down to the 20. All roads lead back to the 20 here of 395.38. But if you get under 395.53, you have room down to your first pivot here of 392, hold number on gold. MU. MU, we are in a narrow state. We are in the whip zone on MU. Let's see what the 5-minute looks like. Now, 5-minute, you see this thing lurking down here? Look at that, 200. Whoa, baby, she's all the way down there. Woof! MU, narrow state in the whip zone. We're going to sound the alert. Under $200.47, we have room down to 199.41. You want to get under 199 here, all right? Under that with a retest, you're coming back down to 195 on MU. Back over 203, we have room up to 204. Above 204, with that retest, you have room up to 206.50. Banana. Good day, Akeem. How are you? Jacob, BBAI. You got it, Jacob. Hello, Denise. How are you? Right now, we are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone here on BBAI. So when we put our lines in, these are major support and resistance levels, okay? Make sure you write these beauties down. Right now, you're in a neutral state to the downside here. Under 765, you have room down to 717, $7 area here on BBAI. Just know you're already in a neutral state. Coming back over $8, you have room up to 840, but you're not going to execute on this until your 20 and 200 are narrow, okay? Because we are in a bearish state here. If you try to take a bullish position to the upside, you're just going to chop around and you're going to get stopped out, all right? Lino Rocho! My Lino. Thank you, Lino. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is how you come in and make a statement, my friends. Right there. Thank you, Lino. Oops. Sorry. Hit the wrong one, everybody. All right. What else we got? NVIDIA. Let's go. It's funny. People are like, Voss, how are you so consistent when you trade? Because I only take 1 to 3 trades a day. If I started taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I would be just like everybody else. It wouldn't end well because the market only gives you so many opportunities. You could be the greatest trader that ever existed. You take more than 4 trades, 3 trades, you're going to lose at the end of the month. You will lose because there aren't any trades that you can take after 3, 4, maybe 5. That's it. The market cycle won't allow it. We are in a neutral state on NVIDIA. We are in the whip zone on NVIDIA. Taking thousands. As soon as I go on and I see all these people taking trades after trades after trade, I immediately know they're not very good. Nick D, $5 super. Nike. Thank you, Nick D. Appreciate you, man. All right, here we go in NVIDIA. Under 180.28. Under 180.28. Watch the whole number of 180. Then you have room down to 177 here on NVIDIA. We're starting to get channel room now. Above 182.50 on NVIDIA, you have room up to 186 and then 188 on NVIDIA. Apple for my beautiful Denise. Hello, Denise. Denise, what's up with these ghost trades that you're, what broker and what platform are you using, sweetheart? We are in a narrow state. We are in the whip zone on Apple. Alert, alert. Alberto Rivera, how are you, my friend? Alert here on Apple. Once again, just be careful. We have the 5-minute 200 right above the whip zone here, which we're going to go over once we mark out our levels, okay? All right, my amazings. All right, on Apple, we want to get back over 248.33. That's the golden goose with a retest. Then you have room up to 251 on Apple, okay? Back under the whip zone bottom level here of 246, we have room down to 244.66. 245, you can watch the first rejection level. And then 244 to the downside. Think or swim. Well, all right. NQ. NQ. Josie, what state are we in? What state are we in, Josie? We are in a neutral state, starting to get a little wide here on NQ, okay? Back over 24,802.25. You have room up to 24,871.50. And then 24,996. But be careful, you're wide. trade. You won't have good momentum. All right. Back under 24,575.75. You have room down to 24,415. Hold number here on NQ. Paolo with the medal. Thank you, my Paolo. Thank you, my Candy. And Marcus, DJ, NYC. Thank you. Hillary. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you, Joe Trevelyan. You're a million, baby. PLTR. Lino Rocho with the money gut. Thank you, Lino. Woof. That's some air horn, huh? Right now, we are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone on PLTR. What does this tell us at the open about PLTR traders? What does this tell us about the open on PLTR traders? Chop. Correct. It's going to be choppy. You got to get back over 180.59. Then you'll have room up to 182 and then 184 on PLTR. All right, beauties? Under 177, get under the whole number. You have room down to 176 here on PLTR. But what you really want is to get under 176 with a retest. Retest this whole number. Then you have room down to 173.50. Remember, this is not a financial investment or tax advice. This is for education purposes only. And you must trade at your own risk. UAMY. Let's see what we got here. Right now, we're in a neutral state. We're in position 2 to the downside here on UAMY. Boom. Back over 1282, we have room up to 1334 and then 1350 here on UAMY. Back over 1350 with a retest, you have room up to 1450 here. You got room right now in this neutral state. You're in a bearish state, bearish position. You have room down to 1150 and then $11 hold number on UAMY. The name of this song is The Red. Google, you got it. The Googs, the Googa-Rudy. We are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone on Google. We got major support here with our 200 right at 251. Mark that down to the downside. But as you know, we're going to go over it here in a second. All right, here we go on the Googa-Roonies. Back over 253 of 55. You have room up to 257.67, 258 area with a poke through, okay? Under 251.51, we have room down to 250.83 here on Google. Let me put this in for you too, okay? Under 250.83 with a retest. This is your golden goose because you're going to have a clearing here. Everything to your left. You'll have room down to 246. They couldn't do anything for the platform to make trades that you didn't make? Well, I wouldn't be using that anymore. Yeah, what broker do you use? TOS. But sometimes it makes trades that I don't execute. What? Are you still using it? Yes. What? Why? Why are you still using it? Yeah, I have this car I'm going to buy. What happens? Sometimes when I press on the brake, it doesn't stop. Are you still buying it? Yeah. Why? Well, I'm afraid to change, man. I'm afraid to change. All right, here we go on IWM. We are in a neutral state. Starting to get a little wide here on IWM, right? Under 243.95, we have room down to 243 and 241.50. But you're starting to get wide here. So you're not looking anything this way. You want to look this way on IWM, okay? Above the whip zone of 247.30, we have room up to 248.50 and then 251 on IWM. Yes. SPY, Jessica Pilach. Whoa, we hit that first goal already. I love you guys. What were we doing? SPY. Miss Market, she runs the show. I got my honeydew list this morning, everybody. I completed 25% of my honeydew list already. All right, we are in a neutral state. Then we're going out and playing some golf today. We are in a neutral state in the whip zone here on Miss Market. Back over 663.17. You have room up to 664.40, 666. 666 with a retest. You have room up to 669. That's your bigger channel here, okay? Here, you're just chopping around. Also in the state. Under 657.95. We got room down to 653 on SPY. Can't hear the music? I don't know. They don't like it too loud, TT. How's that? It's as far as we can go, man. IONQ. I don't make the rules, all right, man? IONQ. Right now, we are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone. Yes, on IONQ. Got a double top coming up here, right here. See it? Right around $71. See that double top? Look. Woo, woo. Look at that. Okay. All right, INOQ above $68. You have room up to $71 on IONQ. Back under 65.50, get under that $0.50. You have room down to $61 on IONQ. MSTR, and then Amazon for JPM. JDM, I mean. That's his cousin, JPM. Right, JDM? Your cousin's JPM. All right, MSTR, we are in a neutral state, starting to get a little wide here on MSTR, my beautifuls, okay? You have room down to 276.41 and then 272. Be careful to the downside for shorts. Look at the state of your stock, okay? Above 292, get over the whole number. You have room up to 299. Is this music level good, everybody? No Nietzsche with the heartbeat, adorable dad, Jessica Pilach. Daniel is now the title gifter of the roses. Measy, Christina Zan, Kate Carrot. Hello, good to see you guys. Good morning, Hockey. Good to see you. Good? All right. That was the level we always had it on. I don't know why I lowered it. I don't know why I lowered it. So we had a meeting with my teacher, my daughter's teacher, yesterday. The school she ends, they meet with you like I think quarterly, and the teacher said your daughter is in the top of the class, like she's way ahead of everybody else. Yes, 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 yes. That was a happy. My wife was crying. I said, "What are you crying for?" Thank God she has my wife's brains. That's all I gotta say. All right, Amazon. Here we go on Amazon. Above 216.02, you have room up to 218.62, 219 area here on Amazon. Under the whip zone of 213.61, you have room down to 213 on Amazon, okay? 213. Now, if you get under 213, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Where do we look? Well, we pulled this back a little bit, and there it is right there. 211.50 will be your next stop. See what I did there, everybody? On Amazon to the downside. If she wants to be a trader, that's up to her. Sometimes she'll sit with me and we go over a bunch of stuff, and she picks up on everything very quickly. So that's the one gift she has. That's why I know she gets that from my wife. As you know, with me, it takes me a while. Thank you, K Carrot. Yes, it is. Thank you, Walking and Candy. Amen. It works for swing trading as well, too. Yes. BTC. Let's see what we got on the old Bitcoin. I'm just saying, Bitcoin levels. Boom. 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 Yes, it is. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, boy. They hit every level yesterday that I put. Every one. It hit every one. All right, here we go. Bit of the coin above 106, 642.56. You have room up to 107, 339.77. Back over 107, 339.77. We have room up to 109, 295. Hold number. Back under the whip zone level here, 105, 203. Get under the hold number. You have room down to 103, 523. Yes, yes, it is. Coin. How we doing, everyone, today? How you feeling? How'd you wake up? Talk to Uncle Voss here. Did you wake up in a good mood? You feel good? Were you tired? How's your mental health? Everything good? Woke up green. I got this trash. Can you take a look at it for me? You got what? Coin? Guys, that was a serious question. How do we wake up this morning? Mental health is very important, man. Don't ever, 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 ever disregard it. Good morning, 11. You had a bad day yesterday? All right. Sometime you got to get through it, you know? Above 338, you have room up to 341 and 343. Just remember, in the end, everything will wind up okay. A lot of times our anticipation of what we think is going to happen is what gives us our anxiety a lot, right? And then we realize that we overthought it, and then everything turns out okay. On coin, we have room down to 311.50. 311.50 on coin to the downside here in that neutral state. Above 343, you have room up to 353, okay? AMD. We're in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone here on AMD. I told you I want to do the same thing as just the day before, remember? All right, AMD, my beauties. Above 238, you have room up to 240 on AMD. Above 238, you have room up to 240. Back under 232, we have room down to 226. You're welcome, 11. You're welcome. Everyone has good days. Everyone has bad days. No one has a great day every day. It's impossible. And I know I'm playing golf today. And I know I'm going to have a bad day. Lino! Yes, it is. Thank you, Lena. MU? No, I'm only kidding. I'm alive. I'm breathing. Can't ask for anything better than that, right? We're in a narrow state on MU. We are in position 2 under 199.41. We have room down to 195. Hold number on MU. Back over 203. You have room up to 204 and 206.42 on MU. Tesla, excuse-moi. Yes, Tesla. Right now, we are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone on a Tesla. Yes, it is. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That was easy peasy lemon squeezy. Under 423.68, we got room down to 421 here on Tesla. Watch your neutral state, my traders, okay? Under 421 with a retest, you have room down to 418 to the downside on Tesla. Back to the upside. Let's get over 432.26. Then we have room up to 437 and 439 on Tesla. Only Dan in the UK. Yes, it is. Meta. Another piece of a tidbit I can offer you here to all you beautiful souls is that trading is hard. All right. You're going to have some roller coaster emotional rides. All right. You have to prepare for that as a trader. You have to come and accept that. And that is part of learning how to trade. I told you, it is mentally one of the hardest things you are going to do. All right. We've had Marines that I've trained that said that it was so hard. It was one of the most mentally hardest thing they ever did. All right. Above 715, we have room up to 720 and 724 here on Meta. Okay. We want to get back under 704.72, and then we have room down to 699 on Meta. Yes, VIP is filling up. You got that right, Candy. I almost forgot. Yes, VIP is filling up every day. So we'll have to close it here for a little bit soon. To get into the VIP, you are going to head over to the VossTrading.com. Okay? You know what COM stands for. Or just click the link in my YouTube or TikTok bio. All right? That's where you're going to go to get into the VIP. This weekend, you get in today. You have all weekend to learn how to trade properly. You have hours, 70 plus hours of educational content. Every Tuesday night, I train you live in the VIP room. You're going to post your trades. We're going to review them. All right. We are an amazing community in there of everyone helping each other. All right. Netflix. You do have trading help, folks. We are here to help you if you choose to get in. That is entirely up to you. All right. We are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone on a Netflix. Yes, it is. Boom. Boom and boom. All right, Netflix to the moon. Just kidding. Above 1191.50, we have room up to 1204.50 and 1214.65. Here on Netflix. Nothing goes to the moon, my traders. Under 1177.91, you have room down to 1173.66. Under 1173.66 with a retest, we have room down to 1164. If I join, would I be penalized because I'm Canadian? No. Why would you be penalized because you're Canadian? Huh? Never. Doesn't matter where you're from. We are a community for all, my friend. Microsoft. We are in a neutral state. We are in the whip zone on Microsoft. We're going to mark out our major support and resistance levels. All right, here we go on POET coming up, Jacob. Hold on. Above 513.40, we have room up to 517 here on Microsoft, okay? Back under 508.71, we have room down to 506 on Microsoft. Mr. Dave over there on the tubes, make sure we're doing this, okay? Whoa, we're at 124,000 over here already. Yes, thank you, my traders. Thank you, my beautiful followers. Appreciate that, man. See, it's the small things that get me excited. It's the small things. We are in a neutral state on Poet. Neutral state on the old Poet Rooney here. All right, POET. You got to get back over 806. Get under 806. You'll have room up to 850 here on POET. Right now in this neutral state, position 2, you have room down to 726. Under 726 with a retest, you're coming back down to $7. And then 681. Oh, need new gift goal. Sorry. Thank you, my candy. Love you, my candy. Everyone, give props to my candy. 18 months ago, she never traded a day in her life. She joined the VIP, and now she is amazing. Amazing. Intel. Candy, did you ever think 2 years ago you would be doing this? Right now, we are in a neutral state to the downside. Bearish neutral state. We are in position 1 to the downside. 5 minutes nice and tight on this, okay? Above 37.10, we have room up to $38 here on INTC. Mark that level down, please. You're in a neutral state, and you're also in a bearish position. You got room down to $36. First stop. Get under 35.91 with a retest. Claim that 36 and hold it. Then you got room down to $35. You're welcome, Nestar. TMQ. TMQ coming right up. All right, let's see what we got here on TMQ. We are in a neutral state, starting to get a little wide here to the downside on TMQ. I want you to be careful there, okay? With this, we have major support here, right around 650 area. When you're dealing with these penny stocks, everybody, you got to be careful. The half dollars are very important. Very important when you're dealing with penny stocks, all right? All right, as we pull this back for you, above 750, we have room up to $8. $8. But what I need to happen here is I need that 20 to catch up to that 200. You need to be in a narrow state to claim that $8 to the upside, all right? To the downside, you have room down to 650 here. 650 on TMQ. If you claim and hold that 650, you have room down to $6 on TMQ. Scooby, hold on. Hello, my beautifuls. Goopreet, Scooby with the paws, the pumpkin. Thank you, Goopreet, for the gloves. K Carrot, Chad, Luli, Esther, Only Dan, Jules, Lino, Mr. Dave, everybody. Yes. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Who's that? Who's that? Candy. Who else is that? Hold on. Come on. Oh, there's so many donations coming in. I have to wait a second. It's got a filter. Holy moly. I love you guys. Yo, I got to wait for it to filter. AVGO. Let's go. All right, here we go on AVGO. We are in a neutral state. We're in that whip zone. Going to be a little choppy here, all right, at the open. Above 3 of 54.50. You have room up to 356 and then 359.50 on AVGO. Back under 349.50, we have room down to 346 on AVGO. We're going to be chop this morning, okay, for about 10, 15 minutes. So I suggest everyone wait that amount of time before looking for a setup. All right. Shelly, thank you. Who did that Panther Claw? Shelly, thank you so much for all those donations. Shelly Stringer in the chat, everybody. Shelly Stringer. Thank you for the sunglasses, Scooby. Who did that Panther Paw? There's so many in here, I can't see it anymore. Whoever did that Panther Paw, thank you so much. Much love to you, man. Hold on. Real quick, everybody. They deserve for me to find this. Wait a minute. Just give me 1 second. Scooby! I think it was Scooby! Yes, it is! Thank you, Shelly Stringer! With the lights! Apple. All right, on Apple, are we in a narrow state on this? Yes, we're in a narrow state. We are in the whip zone on Apple. Apple's about the only thing that looks halfway decent here this morning. Above 248.33. We have room up to 251 on Apple. 251, all right? Under 246.29, we have room down to 244.66 and 244. I just wish we were in a base here, but we're not. But Apple looks halfway decent. What else? MSTR. MSTR, we are in a neutral state. We're in position 2, all right? You got room down to 276.41 and then 272 here on MSTR. Back over the top of the whip zone level here, above 292, you have room up to 299. Cheeto, thank you for the hand heart, Cheeto. Hammer with the rose. Cheeto, thank you. Hannah, that is illegal, what you just commented in the chat, and that will be reported. PLTR. We are in a neutral state. We are in position 2 to the downside. You have room down to 176 and 173.50 here on PLTR. You have to get back over 180.59. Then you have room up to 182 and 184 on PLTR. As always, this is not financial, investment, or tax advice. This is for education purposes only. Oracle. Whoops. Right now, we are in a neutral state. We are in position 2 to the downside. So we have a bullish state and we have a bearish position. What do you think that means, traders? What do you think that means, traders? Put it in the chat. It means you're going to be chap. All right? You have room down to 299 here on Oracle. 299 first stop. Back over 316.73. Get back over 317. You always got to get over that whole number. You have room up to 321 and 323 on Oracle. How do you know how more room you have? Based on your higher time frame support and resistance levels. You must trade on multiple time frames, everybody. Scooby-Dooby-Doo! Panther! Thank you, Scooby. DJ, Dr. Suds, my man, with the heart me. Thank you, Cheeto. Thank you, Cheeto. Thank you, Hammer. Thank you, Mason Camlets. Yeah. SPY is overextended. Buy puts. Darren says, wait for higher liquidity. We're going to head over to Riot. Here we go on Riot. We are in a neutral state. We are in a neutral state to the downside. We are in position 2 to the downside here on Riot. Woof. Told you that we won't stop. Jesus, the notorious just. All right, above $21, we have room up to 21.71, 22 area on Riot, okay? Back under 1880, you have room down to 18.30 and then $18 here, all right? Watch your neutral state. The move to the downside will be brief before you get a pullback on this. NVIDIA look like we are in a neutral state on NVIDIA. We are in position 1 to the downside. We got room down to 177 here on the vids. 177 on NVIDIA. Under 177 with a retest, we have room down to 173, okay? Back over 182.50. You have room up to 186 and then 188 on NVIDIA. TQQ, let's see what we got. Where do I go? All right, here we go. On TQQ, above 103 hold number, you have room up to 105.50 and 106.40. Watch 106 hold number as well, okay? Under 99.80, we have room down to $97 on TQQ. Thank you, adorable dad. Thank you, Cheeto. Jonathan with the heart me. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for all the follows, everybody. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. We're on every day, Monday through Sunday. All right, MU, you are in a narrow state. You're in position 2. We got to get under 190. Nope, there it is. Hold on. You got to hold this 199.41. Then you got room down to 195 on MU, okay? Back over 203 here on MU. Back over 203. You have room up to 204 and 206.42. Thank you, Brett. Appreciate the follow. Thank you, sir. Sophie. We haven't needed the wizard lately. Lino Rocho with the fireworks. Thank you, my Lino. Yes, it is. The wizard's like, we haven't had it come out lately. All right, here we go on SoFi. Under 26.24. Watch the whole number right here at $26. And you got room down to 25.77 on SoFi, okay? Under 25.77 with a retest, you have room down to $25. Now, coming back to the upside here, above 27.32, get over that 200 with a retest, of course. You have room up to 27.80, all right? $28 area. If you can hold that $28 on a retest, you have room up to $28.44 on SoFi, all right? I got this. I see what you did there. Hold on. Hold on. Savion Olivero, my man. I saw what you did there. CAT. I knew someone that is on here regularly was going to do that. That's funny, man. I love the humor, my brother. He goes, I got this. We are in a neutral state. We are in position 1 to the downside here on Caterpillar. All right, the old Cataruni. No one ever. All right, we got room down to 538. First stop, under 538 with a retest. You have room down to 535 on Caterpillar. Back over 541. I'm sorry, 543 with a retest. You have room up to 545 on Caterpillar. Watch all time up here, okay? Yes, Patrick. Yes, it is. Rayon, nice try, Rayon. It's got to be from somebody we don't know. We are in a neutral state. We're starting to get a little We're starting to get a little wide here to the downside on IWM. All right, we're starting to get a little wide here, my beautifuls. Oh, we need one more roses. Hold on. Thank you, Davion. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, Davion. Rayon, Hammer, Cheeto. Appreciate it. Yeah, UNH coming up. So on IWM, we're starting to get wide here. So anything down this way, okay? You want to look more this way. So what I want you to look for on this possibly, this is not investment, tax, or trading advice. I need you to get over 245.50, retest that for a move back up to 247. All right? That's going to get you over the pivot base here. And then you got clear skies up to 247. Look at the state of your stock, okay? This 20 has to catch back up to that 200. UNH coming up. And we teach you all this in the VIP, okay? We'll teach you all about the base, the levels, the major supply and demand levels, support and resistance levels, okay? You're going to learn a lot in that VIP, my traders, so buckle up. All right, on UNH, right now we're in a neutral state to the downside. We're in position 2. And I thought I marked that. Hold on. Let me get these levels for you. All right, on UNH, you are in position 2. First level of support here is 351. Under 351 with a retest, you have room down to 348 here on UNH, okay? Right now, you're in that neutral state. Your 50% retracement level is coming back up to around 354 here, so mark that level down. Above 358, you have room up to 360 and 362.50. Nice try, Akeem. I see what you did there, my dream. User Uber. All right, just for you guys, and then we'll do Uber. Someone asked, is the market going up or down today? Well, this is what I have to say. Are we ready, everybody? Are we ready? Wizard, I need my hat. Thank you, my wizard. Is the market going up or down today? Okay. Thank you, Wiz. Thank you. Thank you, my wizard. Are we ready for the answer? Are we ready? I don't know. We don't care. We just trade our setups. We don't know. Yes. E-mini futures. Waiting for TradingView to catch up here, everybody. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. We love our wizard, don't we? All right, above 672.25. Get over that hold number. You have room up to 6706 hold number. Above 6706 with a retest, you have room up to 6752.25. Hold number of 6752, okay? Back under 66.1 of 475. You have room down to 65.71. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button, everybody. Let's go. We're going to give you a shout out. Hit that follow button, everybody. You know what a lot of traders do on Fridays? Candy with the hat of joy. Yes, the wizard hat. My Candy. NQ, what's up, 6? Remember, traders, we don't want to do that this morning, okay? All right, 6, above 24,802.25. You have room up to 24,871.50, and then 24,996 hold number. Under 24,577.75, you have room down to 24,415 on NQ. Thank you, MJ. LTC. Need some volume here on LTC. Oof. You don't really plan on trading this, do you? You're in a narrow state, though. I will say that. You're in a narrow state. LTC to the moon. Above 34.70, you have room up to $35 and $35.10 on LTC. Under 34.50, under the $0.50, you have room down to $33.77. XRP, what do you want to know about XRP? Appy, what do you want to know about XRP? They know what I'm doing right now. They know what I'm doing right now. Lori Smith, thank you, beautiful, for the October. Yes, 200K. Yes, it is. Woo! Yes. XRP to the moon. Let's see what we got here. It's going to be a good day. 200K just hits on another level, my beauties. All right, XRP back over 230.42. You have room up to 237 and then 240 on XRP. Under 225.24, you have room back down to 218.91. Watch that hold number, 219 on XRP. Professor Snape, no. In our VIP, we have futures traders, we have Forex traders, we have options traders, we have crypto traders, and we have equity traders. How do you get in to the VIP and become a diamond? How do we get in the VIP? Who knows? Who knows? You're going to head over to thevosstrading.com. Yes, it is. .com, I'm sorry. And then you are either going to click the link in my TikTok or YouTube bio, and that'll bring you to thevosstrading.com, or just type it into your browser. And that is where you get into the VIP. We will teach you how to trade, okay? If you're fumbling, bumbling, and every day you're doing this while you're trading at the end of the day, we're going to help you, okay? We're going to teach you how to trade. It's in the bio. New screenshot. Yeah, Andrew, I'll do that. We're almost at 70,000 followers over there on the tick of the talk. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. I appreciate it. Let's go, Appy. Get in there, my man. Thank you for the follow, Kai. What else are we looking at, my beauties? Should we look at Miss Market to see where she is right now? Let's take a look at the Golden Goose. Miss Market, you're in that whip zone. Remember, under 657.95, you have room down to 653. This is not financial investment or tax advice. This is for education purposes only. Remember, to the upside, above the whip zone, we got a lot of resistance up here, okay? So I need you over 666 for a room up to 669 and 670. Just did it. Eat for success. Uber. Did we forget Uber, my Trinity? I'm sorry. We were supposed to do that, weren't we? Uber. Yes, we did forget it. I started it. Sorry, Trinity. All right, here we go on Uber. Uber above 92.64, we have room up to $94. Above 94 with a retest, you have room up to 95.50 here on Uber. You are in a neutral state in the whip zone. Under 91.66, we have room down to $90 whole number on Uber. Candy, Joe Trevelyan, Shelly Stringer. Yes, it is. Thank you, my Shelly Stringer. Roll call. Hammer the rest of those bad beauties. Candy, Shelly Stringer, Joe Trevelyan, Shelly Galvin, Rayon, Davion, Bill Boyle, Lino Rocha, Adorable Dad, Cheeto, Jonathan, Scooby, Dooby-Doo, DJ Dr. Suds, Shelly again, Mason Camlets, K Carrot, C Carrot, sorry. We got Daniel. Yes. A lot of Shellys. Candy, K. Braden, C. Carrot again. Chad, Luli, Esther Lopez, the only Dan in the UK. Jules, Adorable Dad, 11. Walking, Bill Boyle, No Nietzsche, Adorable Dad again. Hypo, Powder, Asa. Look at all these people. Paolo again, Andrew the Believer, Joe Trevelyan. Oh my God, Andrew User, Adam, Island Boy, Mr. Dave, Hadrian. There's just a million people on here. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Rayon, Jessica, Pilach, Hammer, Joel, DJ NYC. Thank you everyone for all those donations. Holy moly. Holy mo! Lino Rocha again! Candy! Much love to you, man. Much love to all of you. Seriously, thank you so much. I'm here to help you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just here to help you, and I hope I'm doing that. I think I am by seeing all the results, especially in the VIP as well. We will be back on tomorrow morning. VIPers, we'll see you in a chat here in about 2 minutes. I love you all. Have an amazing day in the market today. It's going to be choppy. It's Friday. Wait it out. You don't have to rush to trade. Wait. You only need one. You only need one good trade. Please wait it out. Please do that for me, okay? And go get it. Love you guys. Have a great day, everybody. Be kind. Give someone a hug today. And always remember, you never know what someone's going through, okay? Love you. See you tomorrow. VIP, we'll see you shortly.